Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Stormworks. We are back working on our frigate, and as promised in the last episode, we are going to finally work on the hangar. So we've got a lot to do here. I did get a little bit of a head start off camera. You guys can see there's a few hose reels over there to the left, and these are the old ones. If you are not super familiar with them, they used to be in the game. You can get them with a either some like really old workshop items, or they're still in the game file. So there's a few different ways to get them. You can get them with some XML tools and whatnot too. But anyways, they work the same. They're just normal winches, and they have a fluid connection on the other side connected to them automatically. So it's not like a actual hose block you hooked up. But I think they look nice, so we're gonna have those, and that is going to be for fuel. And so we're gonna have jet fuel out, or diesel fuel out, and then water out, and then we'll also go ahead and we'll add one in here for electric too. But yeah, we got a lot planned today, so I think we're gonna get right into it. And I'm gonna get right into the speed build. We're gonna get a lot of blocks placed, and we'll be right back in a few minutes. All right, well, we got quite a lot done there, and we still have quite a lot to go, but you guys can see I got the lights hooked up, We have some daytime lights and some nighttime lights. Might still mess around with those a little bit more. But yeah, this is, now I want to work on the landing pad back here. Looks really, really terrible. So I would like to get some paint blocks back here and some rope anchors and just kind of start making it look a lot better. So that's the next part of this hangar area that I think we're going to try to really, really polish up. And I think that this will really, really help the look of the ship too, just because this part is just a really, really big blank part of the ship and it's really ugly. And this will kind of make it look a lot more detailed. So let's get this done, and I'm going to add a nice little lip, but I'm going to try to get a very, very large portion of the ship done today, at least as far as the hangar and this landing pad done. So that's kind of why we're moving at a pretty fast, kind of hectic pace today, but that's okay. We are just trying to cover a lot in one episode, so bear with me, and we'll get it done. It's just going to be a little bit all over the place, but yeah, I basically just took this landing pad from another ship of mine and just copy and pasted it. You guys are more than welcome to do that. Yeah, I've used this on a few of my ships. I think it's on the North Star. I think it's on the Project H. I think it's on Sedna. There's a few of my ships that have just that landing pad. You're more than welcome to use it. The other thing I really wanted to do is some fire suppression on the deck, which I'm still not in love with the solution here. So basically, I'm just going to put turrets here. They're going to be remote controlled, but I think I want to make them not remote controlled and maybe just a switch that kind of cycles through spraying down the deck through numbers. So I might go back and redo that, but that is something we'll worry about a little bit later down the road. For now, I am just trying to make this deck back here look a lot nicer, a lot more put together, and overall just basically, an actual usable deck with anchors and fire suppression and a hangar and all of that good stuff. So we can actually use it now. That's the main goal, really. But if there is anything I am missing, please do let me know. We still have quite a bit to do with this ship, so if there's any features that you guys want to see, do kind of let me know down in the comment section. I do try to respond to pretty much most of your guys' comments. I will say I've been a little busier lately, so that's probably not going to be as soon as I'd like it to be, I guess, but I still do try to get to them. But regardless, if there is anything, let me know. We've still got a ton of space on the inside too, so if there's anything on the inside you'd like, let me know about that too. But anyways, I'm going to quit yapping on about. If you guys haven't seen, I would like to say, if you haven't seen, go check out my most recent project. We are starting a flying aircraft carrier, so we're going to do another aircraft carrier build. I did release the details on the challenge on that in the Discord. There is a Steam Workshop page for it. You can go check that out. There will be a brief video soon. I'm just trying to figure out when to squeeze that in. So do expect that comes soon. But I will say, while we're talking about this, my schedule is probably going to be a little all over the place for the next few weeks, guys. I'm going to try to try to give you 3 videos a week if I can, but, at some of the weeks it will probably be more like 2 videos a week. So just, be a little patient with me. I'm going to be pretty busy in the next couple of weeks. And then after that, hopefully we can return to the normal schedule of, the Saturday, Tuesday, and Thursday uploads. But for now, I don't know. I can't promise anything, and just trying to give you guys a heads up. So what we got going on in the background is we are just trying to find some ports for our fire suppression. So we are just bringing a pipe down here. We're going to bring it in, bring some seawater up. Nothing too fancy. I'm sure you guys have seen this a million times. And the only other thing we need to do is squeeze in a pump somewhere in here. And I think that probably want to expose the pump that is going through a separate compartment right there that is supposed to flood when you take damage. It's filled with bilge pumps. But anyways, I think we will try to squeeze in a pipe or a pump on the wall, something like this. That way you can see it and service it. And I also think it'll be just a nice little bit of detail that we can add. So we'll just do that. That should work. That should be plenty of pumping power for the fire hydrants. And I think that'll be good. We're just going to have to hook those up to electric, give them some power. And then pretty much should be all that we need for those. I still haven't completed all of the fire suppression in the engine room, so we still need to do a little bit of that, but that shouldn't be really too much. This engine room still is not too filled up, and I'm a lot further along with that than you guys have seen. But anyways, here they are. Here's the fire cannons. You can see they work with a remote, and they are inverted. That is on purpose, so you can aim at the same spot on the deck. They really are for the deck, not for other ships. So, I mean, ideally I can split them off. I do kind of want to make them, maybe I'll make one of them remote controlled and the other one is just an automated deck sprayer. That way you can have the option. That way you also don't need to have a remote control to put out a fire, which is, in retrospect, probably not the safest idea. So probably should do that. Like I said earlier, I do want to change those, so we'll have to go back and change those now. I don't really like the idea of only having the remote. There should be at least be like a switch on them or something that you can turn them on, and they'll try to at least take fires on the deck out. Outside of the ship, that's not really my problem, but on the deck, at least, hopefully they can fix that. But one other thing we need to do is we added lights for inside the hangar. We need to add some lights for outside the hangar, and I also need to add a switch for opening the hangar door. So that is the only other really major functional thing that we need out here. The rest is all pretty much good to go. So I'm just going to put a little electrical panel right here. We'll put some ports there, make it look a little bit nicer, and I've already got that light box is the same one we used on the inside, so we can use that for both. I am using a throttle for the door right now, so we do just need 2 booleans that will work. We can just put it into the up and down. Now, I will say one other thing we are going to do on this deck, just because I did extend it, we have a little bit extra room now, is I do want to put like a little landing or cupola or something like that. Something to direct the deck traffic, even though it's not a very big deck. I don't have anything that is good visibility-wise in the rear from the bridge. And it's not really the safest spot to be above the hangar when a helicopter is landing. So I wanted to figure something out. We don't really have the space width-wise to fit anything next to the hangar, so I figured just put it right in the deck like you would on a carrier. There are ships that do that, and it shouldn't really be too intrusive to helicopters so long as you don't plan on putting your wheel exactly in the window. But I would say you probably shouldn't do that anyways. So that would just be my advice, though. You can do what you want. But yeah, that is the plan, and we will get into that in just a few minutes. But I do want to get a lot of the lighting wrapped up, and I think that will also help the back here look and feel a lot more finished. So it looks like our buttons are all messed up, so we'll go back, we'll fix those up. They are clearly not working correctly because the composite wasn't hooked into them. But another thing I think I want to do here is maybe we'll add a spotlight, and I'll give this spotlight a custom composite node, and we'll have it shine down towards the deck. If you didn't know, you can give the spotlights a composite signal and change the X and Y direction that they're pointed at. So you can see that this is pointed a little bit too far away from the deck. Now, the easiest way for you to do this, in my mind, is just hook it up to a seat and then use the trim. You'll find the exact number of where you want to put the light, and then just put that into a constant for that composite number. So you can see we're tilting the number, and that looks right about perfect. That's exactly where I want our spotlight. That lights pretty much everything up. So that works. We're going to do the same thing, just a different color for the nighttime lights. We're going to get a darker green in here, and we can give both of those the same exact composite number. Now I'll show you how to do that right now. I'll leave this in the clip. Basically what you got to do is write 1 and 2 are the up and down. So you just give it a constant on channels 1 and 2, and that corresponds to the up and down. And enough of that. This is the hole in the ground where I sort of plan on putting that cupola. And so this is just good thing to kind of mark out. The lights are probably gonna have to get moved around, but I want to also check the visibility from it in there. I know we have the lip behind us there. I want to make sure that a seat can see over the lip and behind the ship. And so we'll get this placed in here real quick, and we will start just decorating up the rest of the deck. We'll finish this out. We've done quite a lot today, and I think this is one of the last major things that I really want to get done for this back deck area. But yeah, enough of that. I'm not going to make you guys watch the paint blocks. It's just me being a little bit too patient and redoing paint a bunch of times. But We're going to give the structure, or the cupola, a little bit of structure down here. I want to give it a platform for the seat to sit on. That way we can check the visibility. And also, it should probably be a slightly reinforced part of the ship, just in case, an accident does happen. This guy probably would feel a little bit safer knowing there's metal walls around him than he's just sitting, on a stool, basically, in between a helicopter and with him a pane of glass. So probably better to have some, nice thick metal walls around him, especially, that means it can take the weight of a helicopter. Do keep in mind this deck back here would have to take the weight of a helicopter, so there probably should be some support poles. We'll probably go back and add that too. In retrospect, it does look a little bit goofy, but I think nothing too fancy here. I'm just trying to kind of build like a little bowl for him to sit in. And we'll just bring the structure all the way to the floor here. And I think that will be good enough for what we're doing. Now, we'll obviously come back, make this look a little bit nicer. But for now, I don't really care. I'm just trying to get this shaped out. We've done so much work today that we don't really need to get the detailing on this done. I more wanted to make the exterior of the ship look really nice. But that is pretty much all we got for this one, guys. So I will quickly give you guys a quick look around. And before we go, I will say, if you made it to the end, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Helps the channel out a ton. And I just cannot stress, we are about to hit 2,500 subscribers. So thank you guys so much. Really appreciate all the support lately. You guys have been killing it, especially on the new build. If you haven't seen that, go check that one out. We've got some really, really fun stuff going on with that one. And I would love to see all of your guys' participation in the challenge. But again, that's all I got for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this series, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. I'll catch you in the next episode. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day.